What is going on right now is a buildup of self-esteem. So what I feel has been going on, especially since COVID, is almost like a circle. And we got out of a traumatic situation. For me, I'm going all the back to trauma from my childhood and how this is kind of coming back out through different situations now in my adulthood that are kind of the core things for my self-esteem and for feeling good as a human being. And basically, it's all about functioning as a human being and doing your day-to-day things that tend to go downhill when you are not okay. And how I had based my entire self-esteem on really being in that state for my entire childhood. And then not really having anybody that understood that or was there to support me and get me into a better situation, which was probably meant to be why I had my son. I see a lot of people kind of struggling through our sense of value for who we are as a person. I kind of talk about with women and moms. I get a lot of clients that are very, very good moms, and they feel a lot of guilt for not being a good mom. And I always try to remind them that bad moms don't care whether they're a good mom or not. So if you care about being a good person, you're a good person. You're trying to be a good person. And you have to know on a profound level that you are a good person. That doesn't mean that we're not going to make terrible mistakes. The thing about your self-esteem for me, why there's always loops, is I created a lot of habits and beliefs about myself and about life at that point in my life. So we're talking from 3 to 17. I'm a different person now. I have lived a lot longer. And so I have a lot of life experience that I do need to reprogram a lot of these beliefs because I got this. I can pay my bills. I can have a job. A lot of the things that were not there when I was younger. I can get help from people. If it's not my parents, I can find somebody who will help me. So reprogramming a lot of those beliefs that you have about life. And I have some of those now. I'm a little cynical. So just kind of going back over that and trying to, what are functional beliefs and what are beliefs that are holding you back? And if they don't serve a function for you anymore, or they aren't helping elevate you, you need to get rid of them and you need to reprogram them with different beliefs about yourself as a human. And so that's why we keep dealing with these. For me, I'm having experiences that challenge those beliefs. It's almost like a test. Like, are you going to see that you're making better decisions or that you're doing this and that you need to have faith in yourself and your abilities and your skills? Or are you going to fall back into this pattern that you had when you were young, which is, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not capable enough, nobody loves me, I don't deserve love. Whatever it is that your little person or your midlife person told you doesn't have to be the truth. So it may have been a truth at one point, but a lot of what I've had to do in my adulthood is to reprogram those beliefs. So that kind of goes through somebody came today and talked about karma, and she has had a lot of just negative things happen to her that she didn't have control over, including a cancer diagnosis. And she believes in karma, and she believes that she's a good person. And so her dilemma was, why is all of this happening to me? Why does it keep happening to me? And then we talked about boundaries. So I do want to kind of separate. There is karma for what we do comes back to us, but there's also these things called life lessons that the soul, we're born here to learn something. And I separate my personality, that's this temporary person here, and what I see and feel, and my soul. My soul's a much wiser person than my personality. My personality wants things immediately, kind of that instant gratification. The soul is a long haul. We're in it we really want to improve the well-being and the understanding of who we are as a human being. So my personality might not want to go through negative experiences in order to learn, but my soul definitely would. So some of this that people deal with is you got to learn the lesson. If you don't learn the lesson, it's going to continue to be repeated in your life until you learn your lesson. A lot of really good people just get walked all over. So Yes, you're a good person. You deserve good karma. But if you keep letting bad people into your life, or people that hurt you and abuse you, your soul is telling you that you're a better person than that you should value yourself more than that. And if you don't, this is what you attract into your life. So that particular lesson was, for her, was the people that are involved in her life, friends and family, the only people that are helping her are also very abusive. Boundaries are a big one. Who do you set your boundaries with? And who do you get to say bye-bye to if they continue to cross your boundaries? My son, I don't have a choice. I don't just get to boot my 12-year-old out because he crosses my boundaries. But I've also learned, as we've gotten further into my needs were not priority over Jacob's needs, because his needs were always so much more important. But Lindy's health went because I didn't prioritize myself and I didn't value my own needs just as much. And so as my son has become a teenager, it's, so you want me to drive you to your girlfriend's, you want me to do all of these fun things for you. Did you mow the lawn? Did you help me? Because as a single mom, I have a lot to do of those types of things in life. And I'm literally swamped in responsibilities. So it's great that my son wants to have a lot of fun, but it is totally at my expense. And so it's this game I'm having to play with myself of, if I give to him, I want him to give back to me. And we don't want to create a sense of victimhood in order to need help. Help shouldn't have to come out of I'm such a victim. It should be, I need something more, that I'm not capable of doing everything, but I'm capable of finding help by people who are experts in these areas and that can help me. And that's basically what I've done, is I know that there are experts out there. And when I hit a situation that I don't know about, I find answers. I go research. And then the synchronicity starts to happen. And I meet people that have that information, or I'll meet a lot of parents that are going through the same things with their children. You have to find out what the belief is that is no longer functional. And when you're in a cycle of trauma, sometimes it would take a while. So I'd have to ponder, like, what is this? Where did this come from? This belief that I have, or this feeling that is similar to what I've always experienced. And sometimes the answer would come up quickly. And then some of the deeper ones that were from when I was younger, it would take a while. And I would have some situation happen that was very similar. And I'd have this belief pop up. And I'd be like, that's where this comes from. This feeling of needing to be validated. Whatever it is. So ask and you find out. So you have to find what the belief is. So mine was, one of the things was, I'm not good at asking for help, or nobody helps me when I ask. And I knew that that was not true, because I had had many instances of teachers and professionals and a lot of people that had been helping me. So I would just kind of pick one of those mean voices in my head and what it was saying to me. And I would say, okay, I need to say and believe the exact opposite. So if it was that I was a terrible mom, I would have to tell myself, you're a good mom. And I wouldn't believe it. And I would have to keep telling myself, you're a good mom. And when you first start out reprogramming, you don't believe it. Your brain is very cynical. It's had plenty of examples to where you just proved you're a crap mom right over there. Yes, I did. But a good person is always willing to improve on their mistakes. But once I would start with those comments, then I would start to see instances that I was a good mom, instead of just focusing on the times that I was not, or that I needed to improve on. I started seeing a lot of times where I really was a good mom. And I started seeing circumstances of people that were not being good parents. And I didn't want to judge them, but I think I was meant to see that as like, hello, you do a way better job than that. And the more I would try to do that and say those mantras, the more I would actually believe them, until I adopted them as a truth. And I know I'm a good mom. So I think that's kind of, even if you go through states of being a dishonest person, start somewhere. I can be an honest person, and start there and just keep saying that until every bit of your system believes it. So you got to get through that first brain obstacle of disbelief, because that's what you're trying to reprogram, is a belief. And so your brain isn't going to believe a new belief. It's instantly going to be like, Psh, no, I don't believe that. And so you do have to open up your eyes to looking for ways that to see and to validate the new belief. So keep your eyes open, keep aware is usually the best way to move through anything. And that's usually just being present in the moment. If you found this video useful, please hit the like button below. And if you'd like to elevate, please hit the subscribe button with the notifications as well. Thank you.